Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. The Chinese Coast Guard has released a video showing its ship spraying the Philippine vessel with the water cannon over the weekend as what it described as professional and restrained. What you are seeing now is a 29-second video released by China. In the video, you can see the resupply boat of the Philippines approaching the ship of China emitting water. Shortly after, the Philippine vessel collided with the Chinese ship. Based on the video, China is claiming that the Philippines is being aggressive and intentionally collided with its vessels. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said that the CCG, quote, took necessary measures against the Philippine ships in accordance with domestic and international law. For the country's part, National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya expressed belief that the latest aggression of China in the West Philippine Sea was not an act of war, but rather a game of cat and mouse.
So we are taking this very seriously. But is this an act of war? We don't think so. No, this is just part of the cat and mouse game that China seems to be utilizing to further its own interest.
China lodges its own protest against the Philippines, still in connection to their claim that the Philippine vessels, quote, collided with their ships. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning says Beijing has lodged solemn representations with the Philippines, noting that the responsibility for the repeated emergencies in Ayungin lies entirely with the Philippine side. Mao says that the root cause of the tensions is the Philippines' refusal to tow away the BRP Sierra Madre. She adds that the Philippines attempted to carry out large-scale reinforcement to achieve permanent occupation of Ayungin, despite it belonging inside the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. With the rising tensions, questions about the supposed direct communication mechanism agreed upon by President Marcos and Chinese President Xi Jinping were raised again. This agreement aimed to create a direct line of communication between the two nations to avoid disputes on the West Philippine Sea. But almost a year since it was sealed, tensions appear to be rising. This is what the Foreign Affairs Department had to say about the status of that agreement.
We're asking the same thing. Because there is a dissonance between what is being said and promised between what's happening in the waters.
Senator Risa Hontiveros has filed a resolution seeking a probe into reported cases of large-scale human trafficking, rape, sexual abuse and violence, and child abuse in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ under its leader Apollo Kibuloy. In Senate Resolution 884, Hontiveros asserted that Kibuloy oversees a group of women referred to as pastorals holding prominent positions within KOJC. Based on information from sources, Hontiveros claimed that these pastorals are categorized in two circles, namely the inner circle and the more exclusive innermost circle. The latter is reportedly tasked with engaging in intimate acts, such as laundering Kibuloy's clothes, bathing him, tidying his room, and providing massages. Hontiveros alleged that Kibuloy purportedly coerces members of the organization, many of whom are minors, into performing exploitative activities such as begging in public and soliciting money from strangers. Kibuloy is already facing multiple accusations, including land grabbing, sex trafficking, fraud, misuse of visas, and money laundering. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The proposed 5.7 trillion peso national budget for 2024 only needs the President's signature to officially become a law. That's after the bicameral conference committee agreed on the final version of the bill. Lawmakers agreed not to allocate non-security agencies with confidential and intelligence funds. This includes the Office of the Vice President and the Education Department, both headed by Sara Duterte. A special provision banning the use of contingent funds to augment the CIFs of other agencies was also adopted. Both chambers of Congress will need to ratify the budget bill before transmitting it to the Office of the President for signing.
Natutuwa kami sa buong Senado at nag-agree po sila at pinatunayan nila na walang mangyayari katulad ng haka-haka na may mangyayari sa BICAM na maibabalik ang confidential fund, especially sa education. Di ito na ibalik and na-sustain ho natin yung kagustuhan din ng ating mga kababayan na iwasan na po itong confidential controversial fund.
Let's now take a quick look at other stories we're watching. President Marcos is traveling to Tokyo this week to attend the Asean-Japan Commemorative Summit. There, Japan and ASEAN leaders are expected to discuss common concerns, including the elevated tensions in the South China Seas. The DFA says Marcos is leaving the Philippines for this event on December 15, while the summit would take place from December 16 to 18. Weeks before the PUV consolidation deadline, Transport Group PISTON will hold another transport strike on December 14 to 15. The protest aims to oppose the December 31 deadline for PUV consolidation, which the group argues will strip jeepney drivers and operators of their livelihoods. And some good news for motorists as oil firms announce a big-time price rollback. Effective today, December 12, diesel will be cheaper by 1 peso and 85 centavos and gasoline by 1 peso and 60 centavos. Kerosene prices will be slashed by 1 peso and 40 centavos. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.